All right, so quarter two just started, and we're going to be reviewing over quarter one's trading performance. So let's head over to it. All right, so we're looking over the dashboard right here. This is January 2025. As you can clearly see, we had probably one of the worst months, ever. 2.8K negative. We are down. We are down 2.8K. You can clearly see on week one, we're down 97, or we're up 97. We have a good start into 2025. But the thing is, we're taking 17 fucking trades. These two were investment trades, and then these three were simply just, failed trades. So let's actually look at these really quick. Okay, you see, we have a FOMO trade. Right, there it is. We are chasing price. Here's the execution. And this is what it looks like on the 5-minute. Crazy. FOMO trade. And then, let's see, 230. Right here, let's see this. Let's see what TradeZilla said. At one point, I was up $27 on the day, but didn't close it. And this is what the trade looked like. And then this is the next one. What's this say? I was up $100, but I didn't take it as well. These are both longs. Wow. And then right here we go short with 10 contracts. You see, automatically this is our biggest mistake. So we're going in, we're taking trades, we're already FOMOing. We're not even waiting patiently for a proper setup, but on our last trades, we are going in with extreme heavy size. We're in here with 10 contracts. You see, your P&L can be a lot bigger if you move this one thing, overtrading and rushing trades. Your P&L could be a lot bigger if you master this one thing is consistent risk, taking setups that, you actually seen before, aka A+ setups, trading my plan, trading my rules, and simply just trading my edge. And this is the setup right here. And automatically, the very first day of 2025, the first trading day, I'm already, breaking rules, not consistent with risk, over trading, over leveraging, and just simply all of the above of what it takes to be unprofitable. And then if we go back on the month, you can clearly see in week 2 we had one of the worst fucking trades ever, which is negative 1.69. Negative $1,600. That's a whole check. Like, imagine you work 2 weeks and you don't even get a check. That's simply just a check that you just didn't even get, if that makes sense. But look at this. We have 9 trades, 0% win rate. We actually lost $17,000. $1,700. We lost $1,700 in this day alone itself. You can clearly see we have 63% loss, 55, 15, 42, 17, 34, 20, 30. Our risk isn't consistent. We're not following a stop loss. We're over trading, and we're simply just trying to make everything back, which is the worst thing you can possibly do as a trader. Look at this. We're going in with 10 contracts on a Wednesday, $250. That's 25 cents. But look at our entry. We're buying at 82 cents. 82 cents, you're open to so much risk. We can literally just go back down to 50 cents and it'll run simply in your favor. But that's not the point. Look at this price action. We're literally chopping. The thing I love about TradeZilla is that it shows your executions, and we're literally chopping and you're trying to trade this. And this is my biggest mistake. I don't know about you guys, but simply I'm showing you guys what quarter one did to me and how I'm going to be learning and improving it going into quarter two. And simply, I don't even want to go into all of these trades, but you can clearly see on the red that we're over trading like a bitch, and we're just blowing through so much funds. So much funds. Right, we're going through so much funds. We lost $1,700, but on Friday we made 136. But we took 3 trades, and like you see, this is why risk is so important, because if you don't have a consistent risk factor and consistent sizing, you're not going to make it long term. You're really not. And simply, I need to accept this and use this to my advantage because I am understanding and acknowledging my flaws and using this into going into quarter two, because I have 90 days until quarter three starts, and then another 90 days. So I have 180 days for quarter three and quarter four. And then you can clearly see week three, we have another just straight losing streak. But the days that stand out to me is the 16 and the 17, because they are simply huge losses. So we can look into this right here. So we are down 519. And let's look at this right here, 180. We're going in with, I didn't even journal this. That's crazy. Look at that. I didn't even journal this whole day. Okay, well, let's look at the 17th. We journaled the 17th, but we didn't journal the 16th. So we're going with 4 contracts, and we get absolutely chopped. Yeah, we just got absolutely chopped. Okay, then we have another setup right here, potential AMD model. And I need to say discipline, manage risk, trade in a controlled manner, and not impulsively trade just because I am awake. Your whole goal as a trader is simply to just, your job is simply to just wait. You just wait for setups, and you take setups that simply just pay you. That's what trading is. It's not a 9 to 5. And then right here, I'm going short again on, like, nothing about this looks short. You're simply just, you're shorting a retrace leg into us going higher. You are not to make everything back in one day. You are not to revenge trade your way back to a positive P&L whatsoever. You are not to add more size on your trades in hopes to make more money whatsoever. This is a business, and this is what you truly pursue. If you truly want to succeed, you need to do the work and have a developed edge. And this whole month of January, I did not have a developed edge whatsoever, and I blew through so much funds, all of December profits, and much more. So now let's go into February. Okay, so we started off the month pretty good, 120, and then minus 20. That's good risk. That's good risk management. We take one trade on both of these days, and then on Wednesday we take another trade with one trade. We're already starting off the month good with a discipline and simply just a limited trade per day. And then next we have Friday. We have 2 trades, and then we end the week on 404. This week alone is simply how I should be trading every single day, taking one to 2 trades max, red or green. But then week 2 comes along, or week 3, and I'm trading out of the country. And this is probably one of the worst trading weeks or trading performances that I've ever had, because not only did I lose this 1.1K, I also lost another 1.1K on my futures account, on my live futures account, and that account is blown. So, note to self, if I'm going to be trading outside of my trading desk or outside of the country, I need to be extremely focused and extremely locked in, or else undisciplined trading is literally going to happen. I'm just going to blow through so much money simply because of FOMO, greed. And since I was out of the country and my cousins and all, they all knew that I traded, they're simply going to be like, oh, how much did you make today? How much did you make today? Are you profitable? Blah, blah, blah. And it's not the way to go. Simply just a 5-day losing streak. On the very first on Monday's opening, bro. $509. Look at my risk. 47, 40, 46, 37, 13. I'm holding trades longer. I'm in with heavy size that I can't even afford to really take. And I'm I'm using hope as a strategy. And that's not a thing. I always tell myself, if I don't know when to get out or when to close a position, I tell myself, hope it's not a strategy, and I'm either going to blow through so much funds and pay the tuition, or simply just close a trade, take the loss, and learn the lesson. And then we have Tuesday. So Tuesday was half of Monday's loss size, but it's still a red day. Plus we took 4 trades, and it's a red day, so it hurts. Not every day is going to be green, and as a trader, you only want to win and just make money consistently. So, it hurts. And for me, since I'm trading out the country, I want to make everything back. I want to get back to that green P&L, back to what I first started with, going into, week 2 Friday with 268 positive. So now we have Wednesday right here. So $86. I go in with 4 contracts, $35 loss, $186. Let's see the trade. Look at this. Just read this. Your fucking account is so dead, bro. You are so undisciplined for Y. You cannot follow your rules for Y and what? And look at this. You are able to trade 500 into 1K with 1 to 3 contracts. Riley, please do not blow your Robinhood account. You cannot afford to trade like this anymore. Like, I'm trading very, very, very undisciplined, very impatient, very money focused and money orientated. And that's not the way to go. So the first trade that we took on $86, that was 4 contracts, and the next trade that we're taking is actually 5. I'm increasing my size because of why. Why am I increasing my size? Not only am I increasing my size, but I'm trading against the trend. I am simply using hope and just holding on to losers a lot more longer, and I shouldn't be doing that. Now let's read what I wrote. This is what I wrote. You are so undisciplined for fucking Y. 50% loss for Y. Can't trade like this. Now let's look at 13. $75. 3 contracts. Look, we dropped our size. Held way too long. 44% loss. 44%. I am holding losers way too long that I should be, and that's not the way I should be managing risk, because your goal to be consistently profitable is to have small losses and big wins. Now let's look at this one. Let's look at the 105 win right here, if we can load onto this. There we go. What the hell? What's up with my Wi-Fi, bruh? Oh, hell nah. The fuck? There we go. So I go in with three contracts once again. And you can clearly see on 3 contracts that I have a 87% win, which is considered a home run in the options world. But on the loss, I had a 44% loss, or 50% loss. So you can clearly see that my losses are significantly, decently sized as my winners, and that's not the way I should be trading. I'm holding my losses way too long. I am chasing price. I'm trading undisciplined, not taking proper setups, and I'm just impatient. Risk was extremely well managed. Thank you, universe. This is the setup right here. And look, we're using an EMA. We're trying to trade with an EMA, and simply I don't trade with an EMA because they're literally lagging indicators, and I hate indicators in general. But I have no room to talk because I'm unprofitable. So yeah. Now, week 4, we took Monday, Tuesday off, and then we have Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, we have $31 loss, very small, very proud of myself. I was able to accept the risk, accept that I was, trading out of a system, and the money is just a byproduct of if I follow my rules or not, win or loss, I don't care about the outcome. Now, for Thursday, $150. I vividly remember this day because I told myself this is the real stepping stone. This is the real stepping stone that if I actually want to succeed in this industry, succeed in these markets, I'm gonna need to follow rules, wait patiently, actually take setups that are really setups, and just remove all greed and FOMO. And if this can load, give it a sec. There we go. 150 right here. Now let's look at the trade. Hello, bruh. What is up with my freaking Wi-Fi? So 150 right here. 60% win. It's a 60% win. And I believe this was Tesla. Yeah, we took it with Tesla, and we went in with 1 contract. You see, I'm taking all of these high position sizing contracts on QQQ, SPY, whatever, 0 DTE trades, but simply on 1 contract on Tesla, I make $150. $150. And although this trade did run a lot lower, it's something that I can't complain. It's 1 contract. $150 on 1 contract. Come on, bro. If I simply just managing risk on 1 contract is a lot more easier than managing risk on 10 contracts because of the emotional stimuli, then I will trade 1 contract on Tesla until I'm able to build it up. But it is what it is. So the 20th, then we have 24, 25, 26 did not trade, 27, 28. Right, we end week 5 with $473 in profit. So clearly, I'm on a good run. I'm on a consistency. I'm actually reviewing over my trades, improving and growing, seeing the consistency, actually using proper sizing. Right, limiting trades actually is the biggest thing, because I'm taking 1 to 3 trades versus taking like 5 and like, was it 5 and 9, 6? Yeah, just I'm literally limiting my trades. Right, so now we can go over to March. March, this is when I actually come back. I'm back in my hometown. I'm literally trading right back on my desk, and I start off the week with 2 red days, 156, 151. Let's look at this. $78, 24% loss, and I go in with 3 contracts. 3 contracts. It's all discipline. Riley, lock the fuck in. What did you learn? I learned that I never take these type of contracts. I simply buy contracts that are cheaper. Now, look, I mentioned risk management and sizing, but if you trade options, you simply you understand that you're buying contracts for a fixed price. And so if you're buying 3 contracts of, let's say for example, let's use Tesla. Tesla contracts are pricey as fuck, so they'll be like $400. They'll be like $500. If you're buying 3 of those, you're spending $1,500. Versus if you're buying 3 contracts on like 0DTE, SPY, QQQ contracts, they're gonna range from like $50 to $1. But that's still pretty pricey, because I'm trading with very low size. I'm literally trading with under, I think it was like 2K, under 1K during this time. So this is a big amount of money, like being burned from my account. Capital preservation is really key, especially for March. I tried my best to really understand capital preservation, and simply just taking quality setups, understanding what a quality setup really is, risk, sizing, positioning, and using the same mantra: hope is not a strategy. So week 2, you can clearly see that we have 1 green day out of the 5. And another rule of mine is simply, if I'm green on the day after taking a trade, like $1 or a couple cents or not, then I need to step away. And the thing about March is, I would take 1 trade, and then it would be a loss. And the next trade, it would be a winner. I would be floating in profits, unrealized profits, but I'm not closing it simply because I'm greedy. So March, I'm not gonna lie, I got greedy. I held trades for a little longer than they should have been, and I really just kept telling myself hope is not a strategy. So week 2, week 4, or not week 4, week 2, day 4s and 5. You see, we're cutting our losses, but they're still significantly big in the P&L aspect. So 30%, 11%, 35%, basically 36%, and then our win is 70%. But our 70% win is actually very small, simply because of the contract size we use. We have a 70% win on 1 contract, which is really good. But win big, lose small. Capital preservation. I have a 25% win rate on this day. I'm taking 3 trades, and 3 of them are already losses. So the 4th one, what do you expect it to be? A loss? Yeah. You would kind of assume that the 4th and 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th and 9th and 10th trade would be a loss. And then it would spiral down. And then your emotions kick in, and then you start revenge trading, and then you start complaining why you're losing money. You start complaining why you're unprofitable, simply because your actions aren't in alignment with your rules and your system. It's all system-based trading. It's all rules. And if you can't follow your rules, then you're not going to make it long term. And I have no room to talk, because I am unprofitable, but I understand this. And simply just understanding it is actually going to help me grow going into quarter 2. Because look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 red days. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 green days. 12 green days. If I can keep my red days so small and have my green days extremely big, I'm going to make it long term. Because look at this. The biggest key factor that really like stood out to me is week 4. We have a $289 loss with 5 trades. But on the first trade, it was green. On the first trade, it was green. I'm already up on the day. Why am I trading it all away? A rule of mine is literally a rule. Like, this is the biggest rule that, when I first started trading. And if I'm green, $1 or not, whatever, a couple cents, if I'm green on that day after the first trade, I'm not taking any more trades. But simply, I took another fucking trade because of why? Because of greed, because of FOMO, because of wanting to make a bigger P&L, because of just making more. It's a you versus you business. It's a you versus you business. And look, I simply could have just I could have had a bigger week 4 like P&L simply if I just did not take all of those trades on the 17th. I didn't need to take this 5:46 a.m. QQQ call, 5:52 QQQ call, QQQ put, QQQ call again, and there's just no room for that. I shouldn't have done that. And then look, week 6, it's the same thing. This is literally yesterday, the 31st. Literally yesterday, I'm up $47. $47. Win or loss, green or not. If that first trade is green, small, big, whatever, step away. Because you're only going to start trading out of emotions, FOMO, and greed. Now, with April 1st, yes, it is a red day, but 1, 2, 3, 4 of those trades were actually investment long-term trades that I decided to close simply because I'm trading with more capital now, and I closed it. But I also took 5 day trades. 5 day trades. And the biggest key factor is hope is not a strategy, A+ setups, patience, and discipline. Look at this. I went in with 10 contracts. I don't go in with 10 contracts. 10 contracts is not sustainable, especially for the account size that I'm trading now. It's not sustainable. And if this thing can load, here it is. So we have a 60% win. And yes, although we did end up going a little bit lower, I simply took my profits because it made me break even on the day. I have yet to journal this because, this was literally today's price action, but just take A+ setups, Riley. Or people. Sorry. Just literally take A+ setups. It's all pattern recognition. That's the biggest thing that really stood out. It's all pattern recognition. A+ setups is literally just recognizing A+ setups with the confluences and everything in alignment, time frames, blah, blah, blah. It's all pattern recognition. And everything else that isn't, that A+ setup, don't take it. Simply don't take it. Don't even trade it, bro. Like, I haven't journaled these two, but let's look at this one. Look, literally this was today. Why did I take a trade? I took the trade because of a retrace into a fair value gap. And yes, fair value gaps are my entry models, but it wasn't the time to go long because, you have to time the market, and it's all pattern recognition. And this is simply what I saw. Simply what I saw right here. Although I didn't wait for this to actually play out, but it actually did play out. Because when we tapped right here, that bearish candle right here, we tap into this 1 minute, and then we go higher, and then simply we just sell off. But as we sell off, we actually create one of our, A+ setups, and it went in our favor. And simply I just didn't execute it and manage it properly. So, yeah. What I'm going to be doing going into quarter 2 is I'm going to be trading off of all my rules. I'm actually going to be, I've been using ChatGPT and having generated trading plans. That helps a lot. I screenshot my portfolio and I ask it to help me build a sustainable long-term plan or even a monthly plan to grow my account from A to B. And I'm going to be following it, dropping my risk, and focusing a lot more on the actual process rather than the profits. Because although I'm trading with a good amount of size now, a couple months ago I wasn't trading with a good amount of size. Or January I was actually, but then I had that, that big ass loss. But quarter 2 it's gonna be greatness because I understand it. I simply know and acknowledge my flaws, I understand why I'm losing versus, blaming the markets, blaming the strategy, blah blah blah. It's all me. Psychologically, it's all me. It's literally a me versus me business. Every single day I'm literally fighting my own thoughts and just sitting on my hands and just trying my hardest to really, strive to be the best trader that I possibly can. Because my goal with quarter 2 is to literally make everything back. My goal in in quarter 2 is to become the best fucking trader that I possibly can, because I've had green months before. I've had really really big green months before, but the way that I was trading it isn't gonna be sustainable, simply because of the type of size that I was using, the impatience, the discipline, the FOMO, the greed, the chasing, all of the above. It's not going to be sustainable, and it's showing now that these are the flaws that I need to work on. And going into quarter 2, I'm going to be working on it, and I'm going to be literally doing the best that I can to create the fucking greatness that I actually want. Because quarter 2 is here, and I'm literally just going to be wasting time if I'm going to be repeating the same bad habits. I'm going to be wasting time, and I'm only going to be setting myself back for months, years, etc., etc. I'm literally just going to be setting myself back if I just keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting, luck. But that's not going to happen. I'm going to be putting in the work, and quarter 2 is going to be fucking greatness. Let's get it. I appreciate you guys for watching. This is all that I have for you today. Peace.